Hi there, I'm Lee, welcome to iMineBlocks. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up a Storj hard drive miner on your Mac machine. So you can use this miner on pretty much any Mac hardware, so iMac or MacBook Pro, whichever you wish. All you need is a updated version of the Mac OSX software or whatever one would be relevant at the time. And you also need a little bit of spare hard drive space. So I'm going to be taking you through the whole process and showing exactly what you need to do to get started with the Storj miner and get you guys up and running. So the only thing that I've done prior to this video is I've actually created a counterparty wallet. So this is a address that you can actually see on screen. Effectively that's a multi-currency address, so that address can be used for Bitcoin. It can also be used for Storj, which is what I'm going to be sharing with you, and you can use it to accept other currencies. I created this address at Counterparty, and if you look through my other videos, you will see a instructional video on how to set up and create an address. So you can do this at the start of this video, or you can do it more towards the end. I've gone ahead and done it at the start, just obviously so I can show this demonstration with you. Okay, so you need an address to get started. Now let's open up your browser and I'll take you through the next steps bit by bit. Okay, so with your browser open, the address that you want to start off with is just the actual official Storj website, which is storj.io. It's obviously the top one there. The website will load up. If you go to rent your drive, which is on the top right hand corner, select that. It should automatically detect that you've got a Mac machine, and it will present you the appropriate miner for you. If that doesn't detect your machine properly, if you just go to the other platforms and releases, this will take you to the official GitHub, and this is where the most recent releases are going to be. So in this list here, you can see we're on version 3.0.1, and you have a couple of different options to download. So we're on a Mac, so the one that we want is this StorjShare-GUI OSX 64. So we're just going to select that and we can download it. Okay, so that's downloaded. If we go to our downloads folder, we'll just click on that little option there, and then you can see this here. So you can either click it and hold it. I've got a double click option on this mouse, so I can just double click it. And then what it's going to do is open up this container file. So you'll come up with the StorjShare icon, and then it's informing you to drag across and pop that into your applications folder. So we've gone ahead and done that now. Just got a note to say that it's been copied across there. That's gone through. So you can see it's in alphabetical order. So I've got StorjShare there. So if we just right click and then we should open it, you might get a security notification. Just confirm and accept that before opening. This is exactly what I was talking about. So it says StorjShare is from an unidentified developer. Are you sure you want to open it? And we do. So we go to open. We can just close the applications and that one as well. We can close that too. And I'll just close the browser just so we can focus on the center part. So we've got the StorjShare's terms and conditions. We'll accept those. And then this is the main Storj window and interface. So at the very top, I'll take you through each of the boxes part by part and get you set up and running. So the first part is the payout address. So when you're actually mining on the Storj network, you will potentially receive a reward for your efforts. At the moment, the payouts are done on a manual basis, and they're also done monthly. So you're going to be mining for quite some time before you actually see a payout. In the future, that will be more automated and more regular. But in any case, what you're going to need is a payout address, so an address where you can actually receive your rewards. So this is what this address is for up here. So this is where I can receive my Storj rewards. So I just need to copy this, and then I'm going to paste that into this top box there. Also to let you know, on the actual Storj, the right menu, or if you have the right click, the context menu does not work. So you just need to use the Command and V to paste that into that box. just something to make you aware of, just in case you kind of got stuck on something quite simple to do. So once we've got our payout address there, we can then move to the next option, which is the storage location. So what StorjShare is asking us is, where do we want to actually save the storage data? So you can select anywhere on your actual local hard drive. And what I like to do is create a folder, and then I can put all that sort of storage information. So if you just start off on the actual documents folder, and then inside here I will create a new folder, and we'll just call it Storj. And I'm also going to give it a reference to the actual size, just so I can kind of keep, I'll call it Storj 1, and then the actual, sorry, let's do it like that. Sorry, I made it a little bit over complicated. So Storj 1, and the size can be 10 gigabytes, just so I know exactly what that is in that folder effectively. So then we go to create, and then we've got that folder now selected. So we go to open, and you can see there the storage location, users, owner, documents, and then the storage. That's the folder we're working with. So that's that part done. We've also got a notes on the right hand side here, which tells us how much free space we've actually got on our hard drive, which is useful. Then we've got the storage size. So how much do we actually want to store in that folder? So we've already said 10 gigabytes is what I named the folder, and that's the actual storage amount of space that I'm going to allow on this particular occasion. You can set as much or as little as you want, really. The actual storage miner, it will take quite a while to fill up. If you set huge amounts like a terabyte or something, that will take a long time to fill up. So I would say if you go between sort of 10 to 50 gigabytes, you'll probably find that takes between sort of a week to 2 weeks to fill up, somewhere in that sort of order. It depends a lot to do with the actual network, what your connection's like, your connection to peers and other things like that. But if you select a really large space, you might not find that it fills up as quick as you expect. What you might wish to do is set up multiple drives, and you might want to set them up say 50 gigabytes each, rather than having one 500 gigabyte space. You might find it works better to fill one up to 50, and then do your space or folder 2 up to another 50 gigabytes and build up like that. You might find that's a better option to work with. So we select the storage size, which is 10 gigabytes. And then from there, we're kind of ready to go. There's also a notice at the bottom to say sharing telemetry data. That's useful. It just provides general information to the network so they can help optimize the actual service. So I'm just going to dismiss that notice at the bottom there. So once you've gone through all that, that is pretty much it. We're ready to basically start. So I'm going to click the big orange button at the bottom, and we should be up and running. So that's that main part. So from there you can see we're now connecting to other peers, so that's other nodes on the network. But what you're looking for is peers. The more peers you have, the more network connections you have, which is always good. The contracts is the actual data that is actually being stored on your local machine. So I'm not too sure what the actual file size is per contracts, but what I can tell you is that all the files that are on the network are cut up into little tiny pieces called shards, and each one of these contracts refers to a cluster of these shards. So the more contracts you've got, the more data is being stored on your local machine. So a good indicator that you're doing well is to have a good number of peers and a high number of contracts. That indicates that everything is going well. What you will notice that is over the next sort of hours and days, your peers will increase and then sort of level off and it sort of steady out. But your contracts should increase basically until your allocated space is completely full. So that might take a few days to go through. Okay, so we're just going to leave that running now. There's really nothing more that we need to do. This is an application where you can just leave it running in the background. So if you just minimize it, it will run. And also on the actual Windows version, if you close it, it continues to run in your taskbar. So it should be the same for the Mac. So let's try that now and we'll see if it does. Yep, it's still there. So awesome. So we can just close that, hide it away, and then we can just check back on it in a day and see how that's performing. Okay guys, so that's it. You're up and running with your storage miner on your Mac. If you have any questions or comments, as always, please reply in the comments area below. Also, I'll put a few links into the actual video description to help you get set up with any questions that you may have. Also get set up with the address creation, which might be useful for you, and also a direct link to the actual location of the miner software. So that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.